The void roared, an echo of annihilation itself. He, the architect of this cosmic ballet, unleashed his full, unbridled power. But Freya, her form flickering, was no longer merely a pawn. From the tattered remnants of her being, a new energy surged, a vibrant, defiant crimson. It erupted not from alien shards or twisted divine might, but from the very core of her fractured soul, a desperate, primal scream against the encroaching darkness. He recoiled, his omnipotent gaze widening with a flicker of something akin to surprise, then pure fury. This was not in his carefully crafted plan. His power, a black hole of pure entropy, slammed into Freya, intending to obliterate her and the defiant crimson light. Yet, the crimson energy pulsed, absorbing the blow, twisting it, and pushing back. Within Freya's mind, a kaleidoscope of fractured visions flashed. The wooden bird, no longer a harbinger of doom, but a desperate messenger, its carved eyes pleading. The creator, not a failed deity, but a prisoner, his essence dimmed, yet his silent will reaching out. And the energy being, the guardian, its sacrifice not an end, but a catalyst for this very crimson eruption. This was not a game of simple destruction and creation, but a far older, far more intricate war. You cannot win this. He boomed, his voice a symphony of collapsing stars. This is my design. You are but a tool, destined to be reshaped. Freya's guttural growl, now laced with the thrum of the crimson energy, answered him. It wasn't a sound of defiance, but of a force awakening, a consciousness coalescing from chaos. The crimson light intensified, weaving through her frayed essence, not consuming, but mending, rebuilding her into something more. Something beyond his comprehension. As the crimson energy flared, a connection sparked, not to his dominion, but to the vibrant, threatened world glimpsed within her mind. The fragile bud, previously revived by a single tear, now pulsed with a borrowed crimson light, growing, unfurling with impossible speed. The whisper within her, once desperate, now spoke with clarity, a resonant hum that echoed the crimson tide. Awaken, we are here. He faltered. His annihilating power, instead of crushing Freya, seemed to be fueling her, channeling the very essence he sought to control into a weapon against him. The crimson energy, inextricably linked to the threatened world and the ancient will, was a force he could not simply erase. It was a seed of resistance, planted millennia ago, now blooming in the heart of his grand design. With a final, agonizing surge, the crimson energy erupted outwards, not as an attack, but as a shield, a wave of pure, untamed life force that pushed back the suffocating darkness of his power. The universe itself seemed to hold its breath, witnessing this impossible defiance. Freya's form solidified, no longer flickering, but radiating in unyielding, crimson glow. Her eyes, once pools of encroaching darkness, now blazed with the fierce, ancient light of a protector. Impossible! He shrieked, his form beginning to destabilize, the cosmic balance he sought to control now irrevocably shifted. He was not the orchestrator, but a part of a larger, more terrifying truth. Suddenly, the crimson energy pulsed once more, a focused beam of light lancing out from Freya, not towards he, but towards a point in the fractured void. The light struck, and the void tore open. A gateway, shimmering with the same vibrant crimson, began to form. From its depths, a single, powerful entity emerged, not of light or darkness, but of pure, primal creation, its form shifting, ancient, its gaze fixed on Freya. It spoke, its voice the echo of the first dawn, *, the Nexus has awakened. The true restoration begins now. But the cost, *. As the entity spoke, the gateway widened, revealing not just a world, but a tapestry of nascent realities, all bathed in the crimson glow. And then, a shadow fell over it all, a chilling, familiar darkness, the faintest whisper of the Umbra primordial, stirring once more in the wake of his unraveling. Freya, the Nexus, felt a new pull, a terrifying duality. Was she to be the instrument of restoration, or the catalyst for a new, even greater primordial horror? The gateway pulsed, the shadow deepened, and he, now a fractured echo, let out a final, desperate wail as his power waned. Freya stood at the precipice, the crimson light of creation warring with the encroaching whispers of the Umbra. Her choice, her next step, would determine the fate of all existence. And the entity from the gateway, it simply watched, its ancient eyes holding an unfathomable sorrow. The question now wasn't if Freya would destroy or save, but what she would become in the cosmic war that had just truly begun. The gateway beckoned, the shadow loomed, and the universe held its breath. For what?